Hello, this is The Week in Football.
But to start off my match of the week, which is, in my opinion, the best game, because it's the MLS All-Stars, who are just terrible, and Man United. Well, I say Man United, but it's pretty much their youth team with an average age of about 6. But if you did watch the highlight, they are playing pretty good football, which is, if you're not a Man United fan, it might make you shit yourselves, and if you are a Man United fan, you shit yourselves anyway, because you're all retarded. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. Job. But I wonder, were United playing well, or were the Americans just terrible? Because they all have a go at soccer, or whatever they call it over, but they just don't seem to be very good at all. I mean, they only drew 1-1 with England. But it could be worse. You could be playing the Japanese way. What's going on there? I mean, seriously, what's going on? But, that's enough for friendlies, because they're quite pointless, if we think about it. Back to competitive football. Well, I say this is competitive, but, you know, you'd have to be quite a sado to go, oh goody, the European Under-19 Championships are on. Well, yeah, the European Under-19 Championships are on. 8 teams, that's right, 8 whole teams competed in a pretty shit tournaments in stadiums that look no better than your local Sunday League pitch, just to make it even less professional, I suppose. But yeah, Spain knocked England out with this pretty flashy free kick that you can see here. I don't think I've seen that before. But basically, Spain are unstoppable. No one can beat them. Just they cannot beat. Oh wait, they lost to France in the final. Oh man. But you know, all in all, I think France did deserve to win it just because of the enthusiasm of the commentator. I mean, listen to him. It's as if he's winning the Under-19 European Championships. Oh, wait. The one thing that might just be remembered once the tournament is over is a penalty from Spain's... Okay, I can't pronounce his name. But people are already calling this the best penalty of all time. And I'll admit it's good, but you can't call it as the best penalty of all time because there's this. But in all seriousness, I can safely say I haven't seen a penalty like that before. But I can't help but think, if he'd missed that, he'd have looked a right dick. But speaking of right dicks, this brings me to the balls up of the week.
Balls up of the week.
Okay, so what you're watching now is not the balls up of the week, although I needed to show it to you because it's just so bad. But I can't help but think it reminds me of something. I can't quite put my finger. What was it? Oh well, I'm sure I'll remember it in a minute. No, the official balls up of the week comes from the wonderful world of Brazilian football. I know what you're thinking. Brazilians, they can't mess up at all. Oh, yes they can. And one player in particular can. An 18-year-old named Neymar. Now, you might have heard of him because he's kind of the next big thing to come out of football's favourite nation, creating more dribbles than a Cheryl Cole sex tape. He's been nicknamed the new Ronaldinho, or Robinho, or Kaká, or Pelé, or... Well, basically the new good Brazilian footballer. Well, anyway, in the Copa Brasilia final, which is basically the Brazilian FA Cup, Neymar set off on another one of his effortless runs when all of a sudden he decides to fall over in the box. Can't blame him. But what annoys me the most is his reaction. He looks like he's won the World Cup, or even better, the European Under-19 Championships. But brilliantly, justice is served, and Neymar, brimming with confidence, tries a cocky little chip of a penalty, and the keeper just stands there and catches it. But it makes him look not so much cocky, but just a cock. But I'd like to remind everyone that he is a brilliant footballer, and he can take a flashy penalty without pausing it up. And this is a perfect example, and to be honest, the celebration ain't bad either. Speaking of good celebrations, that reminds me of something I saw the other day. It is without a doubt the greatest celebration I have ever seen, so here it is. Well, you think this is great, but you wouldn't like it if it was the other way around, now would you? If the fisherman started playing football with the fisher, drop kicking it back into the ocean, and actually I don't find that quite funny. But the RSPCA wouldn't like it. Or wait, do they even care for it? Anyway, here's the top 5 goals.
5.
Right, and number 5, some of you might not call this a good goal, but I had to put in there just because of the angle. I mean, look at this. I mean, for one, what is the keeper doing? For 2, why is there a dead player at the side? But just look, he absolutely miskicks the ball about here, and then on second attempt he just mashes it. The keeper thinks it's gone over and it just goes in. It's a complete shambles and possibly the most retarded goal I've ever seen, but I also think it's quite cool. But you know, I have no friends.
4.
Okay, so in 4 it's basically every goal from the Man United thing, but I think this is the best. It's like, I can't remember, it's Cleverly or something, I'll find it out. And he just flicks it over his head and in. But there was also 2 goals from Makeda, who's that Italian guy who keeps scoring. He scored a header, I didn't know he could score a header. And Darren Gibson with a perfect free kick. And then Javier Hernandez, who's the only person in the side who has reached puberty, but he scored a good chip on his debut. So all in all, pretty good.
3.
Number 3 was someone called Biragi for Inter Milan against Man City. It's just a perfect hit, really. It just comes to him and he hits it like he hit his kids. I mean, no, like he'd hit his kids. But just look at the contact and it just curves away. And I think Gibbon cries at the end of this goal. That's how good it is. You've made Given cry. You bastard.
2.
Okay, in 2, I'm not going to give an explanation, just have a look at this. That is possibly the hardest I've seen anyone take a free kick in about a week. But in 1, like all good footballing moments, it comes from a Cambridge United versus Leyton Orient. Now just But if you think that's far out, you might want to see this. A goal from, I think it was measured at 100 metres out. It's the furthest out goal that I know of, but I'm challenging you to give me a goal that's further out. So if you do manage to find one, I don't know, I'll give you a cookie. Just do it. Well, it's been fun, boys and girls, but what we have to look back on what we've learnt today. We've learnt that Japanese have a weird take on football. We've learnt that England can pretty much lose to anyone, no matter how young. We've learnt that goalkeepers are dicks. We've learnt that no matter how good you are, you can still fuck up. And we've learnt that Man United have a good team of 6-year-olds. Oh, and don't forget, if you're gonna make a celebration, fish ones go down really well apparently.